Unlike the neighboring country of Geb and Nex, where supernatural coteries dominate politics, the Grand Duchy is a constitutional monarchy where a high parliament of moral representatives elects the titular Grand Dukes and Duchesses. As increasing numbers of Gebite and Nexian warmongers ready enchantments and forge monstrosities to renew their ancient hostilities, AlkenStar's gunslingers and inventors hone twin disciplines of cannon and clockwork in vigilant pursuit of a Dante. Damn it. You walk me through this word, Eric.
Detente.
Thank you. It means break. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the All Guns, No Glory podcast. Do you know where I took that from? Hello, friends. Nope. Excelsior. No?
No, I have no idea.
Excelsior Stan Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he would say, he would talk about exciting episodes or whatever, and I didn't want to copy him verbatim, but took inspiration from that, how he would come on and just suddenly have this energy no matter how old he was. I met Stan Lee when he was 70, and I don't mean like in person, I just meant like I didn't know who the man was. And then poof, 70-year-old Stan Lee is out there and he's being interviewed and they're talking about Spider-Man comics and they were doing back in the day, and the guy was already famous and older, and you know, but he had this energetic charm that I really liked and could, you know, relate to. And before I started podcasting, I tried to mold myself after somebody else. And I don't mean like change the way I am. I just mean, does my own personality lean towards some of the greats? Johnny Carson? Well, no, that's not going to work, you know. Jimmy Fallon? You know, with the big forehead leaning over the microphone? No. Oh, shit. Who's the guy that's retired and he's still doing interviews?
Letterman. You know, David Letterman. He'd sit there and he'd rub his chin, stroke his lip, and, you know, all these little things, right? I was more inspired by guys like Ron Williams, Jim Carrey, you know, but these were actors, not interview or Tonight Show hosts, you know, that kind of thing. But a lot of Tonight Show hosts would come out, they would do a monologue, and then they would sit and talk to a guest. So in the end, you know, got to be me. But little snippets, you know, and that another exciting episode, you know, those 3 seconds is me paying homage to one of the great Stan Lee. So, gentlemen, tonight, when last we left our party, you guys had gone shopping, met a little birdie, and gathered reagents and overpaid. I got to ask, silver is the new gold. So when you guys start throwing around gold pieces, you know, it's like you're throwing around platinum. You guys still thinking gold pieces. I'm like, you guys are spending way too much money on bribes and, you know, here's 5 gold. You're like $50 in your head, aren't you, Troy? It's like, that's $500, dude. And she still wouldn't let you take the book. Well, the book was the record of her business. You know what I mean? Like, it just, yeah. You used to own a gaming shop, Troy. Someone comes in, offer you $500 for like all of your income tax and receipts and everything. I'm going to run away with them. It's like, but tax time I'll be screwed. The business means nothing. So that's kind of trying to go with a bit of a realism there.
Nah, we knew what we were doing.
You know what you were getting into. It's all good. All right. So after Let's make sure I say this right. Rika's reagents. You guys begin crossing the city. And I don't think you guys, I'm going to bring up the big map here. I don't think you guys have actually been to Skyside yet. The nicer side of town. Have you? We've done all of our plotting and escaping and adventuring in Smokeside, the adventure side, the cheap side. Okay? On your map, the Longhorn Lounge is way in the northeast corner. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Are we near the Blithier College?
That's right.
Yeah.
Blithier College, Rika's reagents. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, I guess you did cross the sky side just for that. My bad. Because technically that is on the nice side.
Yeah.
And as you guys, walk through, the nice part of town.
Pass through Auburn Hill.
Yeah, there's
Take
more
a
of
peek at the airships as we pass the pilot square.
Yeah, you could do that. See them taking off and landing.
Pretty.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the Capital District, where if you look carefully, it's actually like a gated community. You come upon AlkenStar Castle itself, overlooking the high peak of the river, and there's a massive wall and 2 gates that you guys have to cross through. State your business, this and this, okay? You guys get stopped, and it's sort of like, not a check your papers, but they look you guys over and don't necessarily just let any scruffy ne'er-do-well in. So, in case we forgot, let's start with probably our most distinguished looking character, Andreas Stoutbeard. Could you take a quick snapshot, 30 seconds or less, of what your character looks like? What do the guards actually see when you roll up on these guys?
Absolutely. They see a stout dwarf who's as wide as he is tall. The one particular thing is the flaming red beard, the mechanical arm, and mechanical leg. His whole right side has been replaced with clockwork parts. He is holding a shield in his clockwork arm and wielding and has a hammer at his belt.
Is it like a clockwork shield? Or is it anything competent?
Yes, part of a clockwork shield.
Okay, cool. Now, I see the actual artwork behind you. It looks like he's wearing clockwork armor as opposed to having a clockwork arm. But I love the massive shoulder that almost looks like a shield just in the actual artwork there.
Yes, because it's part he archetype into the inventor subclass, so he has the heavy armor gadget. I guess part of his ability is of the class.
Okay. Now, you are a inventor as the archetype, but your main class is cleric?
Yes, he is a cleric of Bry.
Now, you're a little bit on the lam from them. You're kind of on the outs with them because of the background you picked, thanks to Mugler framing you. So, do you actually denote yourself as a follower?
Oh yes, proudly.
Okay.
The church may have renounced me, but that doesn't matter to Andreas. He's a lot more devout than simply the confines of a building or scripture.
Oh, hey man, the goddess still gives you spells, right?
Absolutely.
So he's
a living testament of her abilities, right? So the only reason he's still alive is because of her divine intervention.
Oh yeah, no, not just your backstory, but the actual how could the goddess forsake me? Because no, wait a minute, I still have all my spells. You're good.
Exactly.
Screw you, church guys. I'm still good, right?
Yeah, I don't care what Muglin says.
Yeah. Speaking of sorry?
No, go ahead.
I said, speaking of clockwork, Valentine.
ID, hello?
How tall are you as a construct?
Average height, like under 6 foot, but no shorter than like 5'8".
The artwork you've chosen of a Star Wars commando droid with the tiny little sort of button slit eyes, round head, and he's wearing like a Neo Matrix jacket with the sleeves rolled up. That's cool.
Yeah, robot with the trench coat. It's mine.
Yeah, no, I can't believe
what
you
I based-
found a picture of a robot with a trench coat.
He's actually from, like, he's a new character coming out in that new Ubisoft Star Wars game that was teased.
Oh, okay. No,
And
nice.
he
I like it. That suits, you know. Now, I'm assuming we're using our power of imagination to make the, you know, copyright Star Wars commando droid look a little bit more clockwork, as well as the coat being a little bit more Western and rusted leather duster, or is it actually like that black soft fabric?
Yeah, it's like a leather duster, like a
Okay.
one that
The
goes
Big
like
Mac.
to my shins, basically.
Yeah, more like Bane wore, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
I don't really need clothes.
Do you blend in with other clockworks? I mean, obviously you're not a recognizable model off the top of your head like the handlers or the fabricators or the hunters or all these things that have been popping up. You don't have a nozzle that like sprays skunky beer at people, you know.
No. Yeah, and just like I'm unique because I have automaton pieces that are like left over from the ancient like race that created them.
Yeah, like even the picture you see the way this sort of your chest is also your spine, as it were, is kind of interesting on a chest plate.
Mm-hmm.
And they've just made the spine plate so thick, it gives the character, like something like that. It's all in the design. Okay, very cool. Charwin.
Yes.
Your basic description earlier on was crazy old man in long robe. Is there anything a little bit more specific besides the fact that you could flip back a leg and reveal your clinging leashy that's always cosplaying for the moment?
No, he's pretty indistinguishable from any other human other than he's got one blue eye and one green eye. That's really his most defining feature.
Heterochromic, or what do they call it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's neat.
Yeah, but otherwise it's salt and pepper hair, a guy who looks,
5'9",
kind of elderly, maybe in his 60s. Yeah, he's about 6 foot, just about, just shy of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything distinguished
kind of a
about
confused look on his face?
Anything distinguishing about the dress, the robes, what is it exactly that you're wearing?
It's pretty much just a like a leather armor like on him, but over him is like just a cloak. Super ragged piece of cloth. Looks like it's he's been wearing it for years.
So you got some like old faded leather armor, but you just can't get away from the fact you got the sort of vagabond robe or cloak covering you, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's probably closer to a poncho more than anything. The little head slit and then drape it over you.
Yeah, like the friar monk kind of thing where they had that. I don't know what's the pauldron or the pallet or whatever that drapes over the shoulders and has like like a cloth piece right over the chest. Yeah, cool.
Like a desperado.
Yeah. And last but not least, how is Pilo's disguise holding up these days?
It's a hat. It's a duster or a vesty kind of thing, and it's chaps. So those suckers will last forever. They lasted forever.
It's the true Scooby-Doo. It's like you're wearing accented clothes of a human, but it's like if someone looks at you for 30 seconds, you can see the skull, the bones, right? He's sticking out, or
he's not hidden very much. No, he kind of has little to care about what others really think about him. He doesn't know there's anything wrong. He thinks this is just how it goes.
Okay.
He woke up under a pile of crap, and this is what he was wearing, and this is what he's going to do.
Okay. So the four of you guys march up to the gate, and before you guys even get there, one guard just kind of lazily looks to the left at his other partner, like, you seeing this? Looks back at you guys, takes a step forward, and holds up a hand and halts the party. Sussing out. Probably would talk to the fellow human, but then spotting the cleric, the more respectable, the Bry, and the fact that dwarves, don't like being ignored, I believe he would direct his comment at everyone, but look directly at Andreas and ask, please state your business in the capital district.
So we're just going to flat out say while we're here, we would have talked about this on the way. So what
Have a perception check, guys? Perception? Perception at tower, the rest of you? One, two, three, little, four, little, five little tourists. We're missing somebody. Andreas, Charwin, Pilo,
That's like 4 of us.
Valentine in the tower, if you please. There it is. There we go. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Okay. You guys are perceptive enough that you don't just walk up to the gate completely oblivious of the guards. It's not that there's a line, like there's kind of steady, but they slow down kind of traffic, almost like paying a toll kind of thing, coming in and coming out. The going in kind of lean to the right, and the guards looking them over. They might stop somebody, ask a quick question, but they really don't kind of stop the line dead. If they have a problem with someone, they actually pull them out of line. Motion for them to go talk to some other guards, explain, whatever's going on. Do you guys see this? So you're kind of prepared and listening. A lot of people are talking about shopping. But in the capital district, it's wealthy. It's like, I'm going to Mason's for the latest in masks. My wife insists on the latest fashion in the breathalyzer, and she has a breathalyzer 1000, and now that the Nimbus 2000 is out, we must have it. Get out of my way.
We can,
shit
we
like
can
that.
say that we're going to meet a tour guide for the guided AlkenStar Castle tour.
Ooh. From the look of this, the only way into the castle is actually through the gate and around. It's not a bad one. What do you guys think of that one?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, we're going with that?
I've always wanted to go into a castle, man.
better than anything I got?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I won't be the one talking, right? We talked about this, and then
Yeah, you guys are walking up, and then suddenly it's kind of like, what are we going to say?
yeah,
I know I dropped the scene on you, and then Eric turned around going, okay, guys, what are we going to do? So let's just imagine you guys getting really close, and there's 3, 2, 1. You guys are back at 4th position, and Andreas spins around going, all right, guys, what's it going to be? Like, what is the convincing statement? Or as Eric said, are we just going to tell them straight up why we're here? Dwarven honesty. I'm just going to tell them why we're here. We're agents of the Duchess working through. Are
Yeah,
you now?
just making sure. Yeah.
And then Valentine comes up with this clever idea of, oh yeah, no, we're here for the tour, Yeah, that's what we're going with?
yeah.
Okay, who is telling this blatant lie? Nope. Trace folds
I
his
can give it a
arms.
go.
Nope. I won't say no, but he's not going to speak the untruth.
I'll give it a go.
Okay. So Pilo the skeleton bard rolls up on the guard, steps forward. Oh, sorry. So the guy, like I said before, stops Andreas, asks, and then coming over on the left side, getting in my face is Pilo, and says, what?
So Andreas goes to answer, but Pilo, knowing well enough what's going to happen, steps in between and interjects.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that just what I said? Well, maybe not as nicely as Eric did, but yeah, that's what I was going for.
A little more straightforward, a little less words.
Almost like he's a GM. That's good. We got to get you a podcast real soon. All right, go Pilo.
All right, man. So he's asking just what are we here for?
State your
Well, me
business.
and my friends here, we are coming up to this fantastic castle to go on the guided tour. As you can see, none of us are from this city, and this place is amazing.
Okay. I'm going to roll percentage chance that there actually is such a thing. Oh my God, 7%. There actually is guided tours in the castle. And I will even give you like a 30 to 40% chance that it's like this season or this day or whatever. No. Okay, there are tours, but the guards are kind of like, they believe there's a tour. They know there are. But they're a little confused that you want to show up today. But that's not the kicker. Can I have a deception roll as you try to prove that, oh yeah, no, I got special, it's today.
Okay. Just so
Pilo's
you know,
doing the talking. Pilo, I want you to give me a straight up -4, dude. You appear to be a citizen of Geb, which, unfortunately, we're at peace with them, but being a guard of the city, you're not the most, shall we say, popular type of citizen that we just let roaming around, let alone inside the castle, as in past its defenses where one might spy and see them.
Ah. Well, I have an
I'm
ability
not saying they won't let you in. I'm not going to say that they won't let you in like it's straight prejudice, but there's definitely a nil chance on this. So I'm going to give you a -40 roll.
Okay. I do have an ability called Charming Liar, where if I critically succeed using a lie action, their attitude improves to me towards one step, as if I'd used diplomacy or something to make an impression. So
Okay.
if I critically concede, it really is good. But let me...
Okay.
we're doing deception
so,
here, you say?
Yeah, because you're doing the lie.
-4 on that. And that is a 8 total.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 on the dice.
You can't convince them that the tour is today. Unfortunately.
Okay.
You have the date
Are
wrong.
you really sure, man? I swear I had a pamphlet that said the tours were every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
I'm sorry.
And I'm quite sure, judging by my sunlight here, it is Saturday.
I don't know. What do you think about this, Floyd? Floyd comes over and says, well, he did invest the feat convincing a liar, and that might let us take away the -4 penalty, but a straight roll is a straight roll, an 8. I ain't convinced. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, it's not today. Sorry.
Okay, well, we're at least allowed in to look around the area. Like, we just want to kind of come see the sights. If the castle's not today, we can just come in and see other stuff.
Like what other stuff?
Oh, what else is there to see here? We're tourists. You guys live here. What would you recommend?
What would I recommend? Pilot Square.
Yeah, one of the locals here. You guys got a couple
Pilot
cool stuff
Square.
you like to see.
They have 20% off prices the closer you get to a mana storm. Flights aren't canceled, but only the bravest pilots and the cheapest rates fly you right back to Geb. And the stony
Where's
glare
Geb?
comes.
Geb. Hey guys, where's Geb? Why does he keep saying Geb? I'm gonna turn to my friends. Anyone? Any ideas, guys?
That's the land that you represent. You're a diplomat.
Charwin, you had discussed an archetype with me. Now, without revealing it, you still interested in that archetype? You have it on your character?
Yep, I've got it on him.
Okay. Unfortunately, these guards are being a little bit prejudiced, yada, yada, yada. We need to get in there and get shit done. You don't necessarily need to reveal yourself in front of your party, but you could possibly ask to have a word alone with a guard and possibly do something like, we break something, our cleric becomes an inventor. We're having a little bit trouble at the gate here with some guards. Perhaps you pull them aside and have a quiet discussion using your archetype.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah? Or do you want to, or do you even want to, the thing is though, is like, you're still revealing that archetype to guards. that see your face, as it were. So how bad, is it necessary? I mean, you do have the trump card to get Pylo in, no questions. But then again, it does sort of reveal your archetype to the local constable kind of thing.
Let's try something first.
Okay.
I will maybe take out my money bag and kind of, open it up, showing that we do have money. I've got 20 gold on me, and say, well, see here, this nice skeleton here, he is a tourist, and he wanted to go out and see the magical land of AlkenStar. And what better place than the capital district to show him all the ins and outs and get him a couple of fancy souvenirs? And wouldn't that be nice to show our friends from Geb how nice AlkenStar is?
They both start laughing. Magical land of AlkenStar, which, of course, magic is crazy and, not exactly a good description. They laugh. But Phil comes over, reaches in your bag, pulls out 2 coins as if you were making a public display to look inside my bag, guard, and he pulls it out and just says, okay, like no drugs, just money in here, right? And he puts them back in. But you notice you're short one of those coins, and he gives you a little wink. And they laugh, go back in position, and just wave you guys through.
Okay. Which coin did he take?
Bribe of the day, huh? Probably the yellow one. Do you actually have gold or platinum?
I've got 20 gold on me.
Okay, well now you have 19. Anyway.
Worth it.
It's more the joke, really, that kind of slid, Can I have a diplomacy with that? I'm just curious.
Sure. Ooh, 24.
24, yeah. They like the joke, kind of softened them up a bit, and dude took his token bribe, as it were. At least that's what he thought you were doing. Look, I have all this money, we're going to spend it in there, right? So it's not like he's going to take all your money, because then you have nothing to spend. He takes his proverbial gold, which is 10 silver, which is a lot for a guard's wage. Give his buddy 5, and yeah. And you guys go. Welcome to the Capital District.
Maybe next time we come to the gate, they'll remember us and be like, yeah, you guys can go through.
They're going to remember him. They're going to remember him.
Why does everyone keep saying I'm from Gib? I'm from the waste yard. I'm not from Gib.
So the camera pulls out while Pylo is asking, and by the time you guys walk the 2 blocks, Pylo, they explain it to you on the walk there. But yeah, Charwin kind of led you guys right to the castle gate. No, you can't get in, but there it is, Pylo.
No, not the castle. We're going to the Longhorn Lounge.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
But just in case anyone's watching, right? And Pylo, you guys get explaining about Geb. You start wandering, and it's like, oh, we are for the castle gate. Oh crap! Right. Turn around. Yeah.
I think we got a little turned around.
I don't know, man. I kind of did want to see the castle.
Well, you just
okay. I've seen it. Let's go.
Sorry. The gaps
lounge
throw me off.
Are there any sort of interesting sights as we're on our way there, like street performers or shiny guardsmen, shiny knights, and
see a street performer? You want to see a street performer, do you? I'll show you a street performer. There's some guys with actual machines for instruments, like wind-up organ kind of thing that runs on Steam, and they're playing this and that on the side of the street.
Hey, Stoutbeard, can you do this? And I start doing like the Egyptian dancing and robot dancing moves.
A little pop and lock.
Domo arigato.
Here we have a halfling with a clockwork. Okay, so do you guys know those little music boxes that have the little tines and they have the wheel with notches on it? And as the notches push up the tines, they snap back and make ping noises. And you actually get that tinkle of a music box. Ding, 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 ding. It's eerie and soothing and also creepy. Imagine one of those, but like full bore. And the dude's got keys. There's a big cog on the side of it, little halfling playing away on this thing.
Yeah, it's almost like a big giant drum-shaped cash register.
Oh yes, it takes money. You come over and there's actually like a tips and performers playing. A sweet, soft melody that is complex enough that the performer doesn't need to sing to accompany it. And it floods the street as you approach and eventually make you pause. And the halfling woman glances up at you guys, noting that she's attracted a small audience, flashes a meek little demure smile, and continues to play. They're all stunned. My performance is awesome. You guys move on.
I think this is pretty incredible. I'm going to walk over to the tip bar and put in 2 copper.
Okay. I'm just lining up ways to milk these guys for their money. This is awesome. And then you see puppies, half price, Valentine. Puppies, half price, 2 for 1. Only a platinum each. Okay. You guys have been pretty kind with your wallets in the last couple sessions. I'm going to lay off you. Come back for that puppy sale later.
That's what tourists are for, spending money.
Yeah.
Philo, maybe once we are finished our business, you could join that musician with your rattlebones.
I could probably come up with something that would match her nicely, I think. A company, add to, but not take away.
Could be cool. Society check, Pilo.
Society, eh? Okay. Ooh, this is going to be good. Oh, yeah. 5.
5?
Yep.
Yeah,
I love how you're a -1. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense why I didn't know what Gab was now.
Yeah. I don't know much.
Yeah. Roll up on a street performer and just like whip out an instrument and slide just start playing along with them right over top of them. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sounds great. I'm sure they'll love it. So,
all my friends would have loved it when I did it with them. They loved it when I did it with them. It was amazing.
It's amazing. You're amazing. And before you know it, we come across the Longhorn Lounge. Here at the Longhorn Lounge. Where are we here? On the outskirts of Grayson's Fingers, the poshest neighborhood in Skyside, you guys realize, real gated community. This extravagant lounge, you quickly learn, is intended solely for rodeo champions. Not rodeo enthusiasts, not actual rodeo riders, but, WW belt-wearing champs. Now, they must do a lot of rodeos to have enough champs to have a whole lounge for them. Only ace pilots get to go to this part of the boat, that kind of thing. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And here at the Longhorn Lounge, we see security in place. We see multiple bouncers. We see the place is not exactly a whole bunch of doors and windows to climb in at the lower level. I'm not saying it's going to be very, very tricky, but it's not the sort of come on in saloon and just happens to be a posher one like you guys are all used to. What do you do?
Well, comrades, I do not see a way in that is very easy. Do we have any sort of disguises or something?
Do you know any famous rodeo champions you want to impersonate? Is that what you're saying? Or are you just going with the whole we're dressed enough that we should be here?
Yeah, I think that's more or less what I was going for.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I wasn't very good at getting past those guards at the gate, so maybe you guys should take care of this one. Everyone seems to think I'm from other places. I don't even know where I'm from.
I am of the mind of shoot first, ask questions later, but I don't think that would work in this case.
No, probably not.
Okay. Guys want to brainstorm a bit? So, got Eric back. You guys did a little quick brainstorming. Come up with some pretty cool ideas, and a lot of them diplomacy, deception, crafting, society, stealth, and archetype. Get you in for free athletics and nature check. It's all where you go, how you apply, and who you talk to, or bamboozle to use these checks. Because not all of them, actually hardly any of them, are used at the front door. What do you guys want to do?
I wouldn't mind going into the rodeo and trying my hand at, showing these youngsters how it's done.
You actually want to go to one of the weekly rodeos, enter, and try to win with athletics or nature check?
If it's like today, sure. If it's like, 2-3 days away, probably not.
Can we look on the door to see if there's like a schedule for the rodeos, if there's one coming up?
Sure. Let me just pull out my handy dandy perception dice. Well, there happens to be one this afternoon. I'd say, aren't you lucky, but...
It'll be worth a laugh.
You guys could actually, the party could follow Charwin and see how he does, right? And if that blows, you guys could come back and try, Valentine's idea and see how that, you guys could try these ideas one at a time until you get in. You don't have to commit to doing one thing. And you don't necessarily need to split up and say, oh, some of us got in, some of us didn't. You know what I mean?
Maybe, if nothing else, we come back under the cover of darkness, and I could possibly crack the back door.
I would say an entire afternoon at the rodeo, it would be evening before he got back here with his belt, which would line up with your sneaking in. So at least the party would be approaching the lounge, maybe from two different angles, but they'd get in at the same time. What about you, Pilo?
Well, I already tried to lie to get in past the garage pad there, and they all thought I was from Gad, so...
What,
I don't know if I'd really like to ride a bull.
What archetype did you take?
What archetype did I take, to tell you the truth? I don't remember. Where would I find my archetypes again?
Spiegler's rolling his eyes at you. No, I don't think he took the dandy dedication and gets in for free.
I took Reanimator.
Oh, that's right. You're backing up your sleepover claims of taking over the necrotic army world. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Necrotic army world? No, just the world.
Yeah, with your necrotic army of skeletons.
No, my skeletons are my friends. I want all my friends to be skeletons. It's a cyclic, it's cyclical.
Okay. So with that out of the way, Pilo, You going to back one of these guys or see how this plays out, or you got your own idea?
I'll back the guys.
Okay. See how this goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Having a bard to inspire, whatever happens. I could see you like screaming and being his number one fan at the rodeo. I could even see you like doing theme music for Spiegler's Stealth, but blowing the stealth because your theme music's too loud.
Well, any music during stealth is probably bad. So.
Now is the time he's dragging that halfling with the pipe organ along, and they're playing your theme song when you try to sneak in there. Careful what you wish for, Valentine.
It's called a distraction.
A distraction. Right next to the door he's trying to sneak into. Andreas.
Andreas will accompany Charwin. Breaking in is not really his not really his forte. He's not the sneaky kind of guy.
Okay. So the three go to the rodeo. Valentine, you want to case this place, and we'll, conveniently have the slipping in around the same time these guys come back open-handed or empty-handed.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the joint and find out where the back door is.
Okay. Look around. You could spend the afternoon just watching who comes and goes, watching the security patterns. It is an afternoon. Okay. Give me 3 perception checks in the tower, and I will actually give you a stealth bonus, since you are, instead of just trying to sneak in now, are going to spend an entire afternoon watching the coming and going of security. You do some good perceiving, and I will give you a decent bonus. It's the least I could do for when you sneak in there and they lost the rodeo and you find yourself there alone. That could actually happen. Rodeo, huh? All right. You guys head into the rodeo. Cover charge. 1 gold to enter.
I will pay the gold, my friend. Charwin seemed to get us past those guards, so
Okay.
I'll handle this.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
Or 1 gold total.
As the rodeo goes on, have you guys ever been to like a fair where they've got the cattle or the home show and stuff, and there's all kinds of, like, in the background you hear auctions, and there's a lot going on, and you guys get to actually inspect the bulls and wild stallions and such that you can ride, and you find out that there isn't just like one bull and the champion rides it. There's actual several different choices for you, Charwin.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'll go up to a bull and just start massaging its shoulder.
Just a random bull?
Just a random one.
I haven't even told you which one's which. Okay. All right.
Gotta feel how tough this one is.
All right. Roll a d4 for me. Let's
see. Which one's the custom one? 4.
4. Heavy bars of an iron cage and a solid iron door with 2 little red beady eyes glowing out into the arena, and the constant sound emanating the bars. At first, you thought there was a black cloth or something inside like a tent, but this massive black bull fills every inch of this cage. You wonder how they got it stuffed in there. But there is the slightest 2-finger gap between these solid 6-inch round iron bars encasing this monstrosity, enough for you to wander up. Funny, no one else seems around. They keep all the rest of the cattle way over there. They seem to keep this one by itself. Pretty easy to slip on up and just go, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Give a little pat. You want to say anything? They might be your final words, but, feel free to say anything you want to the beast.
Oh, you look like a great stallion. That's what you are. Stallion. Just massage him with my 2 fingers. I can fit through the bars.
Can I have a nature check? I'm afraid where this is going to go.
18.
Okay. Not only does this thing not seem to enjoy you poking it, it does not seem to like that you're calling it a different species, since it is a male bull, not a horse stallion. I don't know what the term is for male bull, but I'm pretty sure it's not stallion. And you managed to not agitate it. You didn't crit fail or anything, but, it just not having, it's, rebuffing your overtures of nice.
Oh, you're going to be a tough one. I like you.
Anyway, would you like to put the bid in to ride this bull and go with the athletics check in the ring? Now that you've not really, but tried to butter it up?
Yeah, I'll take this one.
Okay.
It likes me. I can tell.
Anybody else want to have a look around and have a go at these fine animals? They're actually in the back is not just because this is steampunk. This is AlkenStar. They have a part of the arena where it's sort of indoors in a bar, and they have a mechanical bull. It actually sits upright with a red crest on its head, and it looks like a massive chicken with a saddle. It's called Roebuck, and it is rideable, and you can enter to ride it.
Hilo is just staring. I think you and I could be best friends, you know that? I could probably get on your back and just go all day. I think I like you. I'm going to give the bull. I'm going to ride the bull.
You want to ride the mechanical chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There's stallions. There's the cartoonish flies buzzing around it, slouched in the middle, hump missing, like the big bowed back of a horse, really old, but still in the contest and still out there, called Sleepy Joe. And there's also the current state champion, a brilliant stallion called Firebrand. Now there are a plethora of animals, and they all have this and that, but at the time you get there, these are the 4 that are being showcased at this time, so you pick from these 4. If you want to wait a day or next week or blah, 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 then they showcase other animals and that type of thing. But today, these are your choices. Sleepy Joe, Roebuck, whatever the hell is in that cage that Charwin's, signing his death warrant, and the mechanical chicken. Andreas, tempt you?
No, I will wait and see how the others do. He will step in if needed, but hey, we'll see how it goes first.
Speaking of if needed,
I would like to cast guidance on them, though.
Okay. How many times do you have that memorized, or can it cantrip you all day?
Cantrip.
Okay.
But I'm going to wait. I can only do it a certain number of times, so I'll wait till just before they're about to ride and then cast it.
Okay. Now, magical buffing and stuff might be frowned upon, but I don't see any reason why your personal cleric can't come over and pray for you. Maybe even give you last words, Charwin. If it happens to be a guidance spell, good for you. So I don't think anyone would stop him or you can get some evil necromancer going, yes, I make the bull of death sick and he's easy ride. And they're like, what the hell are you doing to our livestock? So it's not that kind of thing. So yeah, no, it's good. All right. Let's start with Pilo and Roebuck. So you get in close there, Andreas, and Pilo's walking around this thing, getting all excited, and they're
oh man, look at this guy. Holy cow, I'm going to be riding a mechanical bull. Oh boy, watch this, everybody. I'm going to just show this guy who's boss for sure.
They give him the soft, pale brown leather driving gloves to hook the rope and all this stuff. You see, see the cowboys put those on and stuff, and he's just about ready to go. Can I have a crafting check, Andreas?
In the tower, or?
Yeah.
That's never good.
This part, like I said, is separate from the arena and is more of a saloon, and they've got, the sunken pit, and they've got Robach, that kind of thing going on. Anyway, he's all good. He's about to get on this thing, and have you guys ever seen a mechanical bull where it's got the chaps, but you can see underneath, you can see the stand, the peg, and some of the gears and everything, right?
Yep.
Having some literal understanding of how certain gears and springs work, you see how this thing will roll. It will start bucking on a certain spring and gear, and then they can change gears and ramp it up. 2, 3, and possibly there is a spring and a gear in the center that look like it's under such tension it would throw somebody through a wall if they geared it to that.
Oh boy, okay, interesting. And it's not geared to that direction right now, is it?
Nope. There actually is, Pylo's ready to go next. You let him get on, or?
Oh man, this is gonna be so good. I'm gonna show this bull who's balls. Gonna ride up and show everybody. Can pull up my whip and whip it around. Ah, Pylo on a bull.
Yeah.
Okay. So without letting somebody else go first to see if that spring goes off, Pylo climbs aboard. And you do what?
All right.
I will pray to Bry and provide guidance. Everything will work out just fine.
Can you whisper me a little prayer? Prove to me
Bry,
that
by your divine grace. Sorry?
I said, let's prove to us that Bry hasn't forsaken you.
Bry, by your divine grace, please grant my colleague the guidance to prevail through his task.
Hey man, it's a cantrip. Nothing wrong with hitting it on the head.
I got the guts
There you
right
go.
here.
Okay, so he climbs upon this mechanical chicken, swearing that it's a bull. Pylo, do you have anything in preparation for this amazing feat that you're about to pull off besides just a straight...
So, just on for game mechanics wise, is it going to be basically rounds per rolls, or is it going to be something
athletics?
else? Well, I mean, is it better? Are we going to roll it as rounds? Because I can inspire.
Nope. A single roll, you either make it or break it. Just like his nature check, you went up and it's like, can he calm this thing and make it a friend? One roll. And he didn't quite make it. Same thing with you.
Things that I have are like, so I guess this only works against attacks, damage, and saves, so don't really worry about that. Okay.
Do you have anything that can up your skills? Like guidance, that would stack and not be redundant next to the stacking of guidance is a divine boost, a competence skill boost, because they classify boosts and they don't stack if they're in the same category. So
Status bonus.
I only have Inspire Courage. I have Inspire Courage, not only as a +1 to my attack, damage, and saves.
Okay.
So I don't got much that can boost my abilities.
Put your faith in Bri. Oh, I just wanted to make sure before I just threw you on this terror. Okay.
He gets to pick which role he applies it to. He just has a +1 bonus that he can apply to any one attack, perceptual, or saving throw.
But he can apply it to his one athletics check.
I think that
skill check, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there you go. Give yourself a +1. Don't roll it just yet, though, Pylo. So while he's scoping this thing out, you pray to him, and you're walking off, and there's that tension. There's that few moments. Anyway, one of the officials comes halfway out and meets you, Andreas, and leans in and says, who's your friend? What's his title? What's his moniker? Let's get the crowd going here. Like, what does he go by?
The amazing Pylo.
Can I hear any of this conversation, or is that just kind of...
No, like I said, he's halfway back, and he's like leaning in going, what's your guy? What's your guy?
Simply just Pylo.
Okay.
He's the amazing Pylo. He's amazing in everything he does.
I'm not trying to cock block Troy, who I bet has a great title, but sometimes I think it's fun that he's like, okay, and your ally has to come up with, you know what I mean? They come out, they're like, all right, the amazing Pylo, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your drinking pleasure, another challenger dares to mount the amazing Roebuck. It is... What? His name is amazing too? Well, his name can't be amazing. That's what we call the chicken. All right. Hailing from... Really? Oh, cool. The Dark Disaster, hailing from Gib. The Pylo Master... The Amazing Pylo! And this thing starts rocking right away. Like, they don't even... as soon as they get to the end of your name, this thing starts bucking.
Yeah. Here we go. Gonna rattle them bones.
Yeah, and he's going and he's doing it, and the thing pivots around, goes one circle, two circle, then quickly 180s and starts going the other way.
I am
two
so good at this. Why is this supposed to be hard? Look at me go. Wait, I'm going to wave to the crowd.
Yeah, wave to the crowd, type of thing. And then you can see that there's like a guy in the booth and it looks like he's in a crane. The guy just pulls back a lever and the thing goes... not twice, but suddenly 3 times as fast. And it starts bucking wildly, as if that first part was for you to gauge the distance and measure the height of its buck in slow. So now it's really on, and they start, let's start the timer! And the audience starts...
Well, that wasn't the beginning. Oh, no.
banging their beers on the tables, going, 1, 2... 3, 4, and when they get to 4, dude in the thing hits another lever and it goes triple time, and you just see he's just his head's bobbing and his teeth are rattling, and he's going all over the place, and all of a sudden he does like the tank turn, the one lever up, one lever back, and just it's not even up, down, stop, go the other way. It's halfway up and it suddenly slams down and pops up. Like it's not going through the full motion, so it jerks and his body can't, ride the motion. And this is like super nasty mode. Can I have that athletics check, please? DC 20.
Oh,
yep.
Athletics, not
Don't
acrobatics.
forget your +1. Don't forget your +1.
I got my +1. It puts me at an even 0 ad. I got a natural 20.
No.
Natural 20.
Natural.
I got the 20.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Love this bull.
Like he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
We got the rhythm. And now we're going to go. Woo!
The audience are counting 8. And they go nuts. And they're like, and the guy's saying, well, he's going to do it, right? He's still on. He's still holding on. And he's like, how do I shut this thing off? Right? And they're like, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right?
I'm going to start, have the one hand up, going to take my hat off. And
screaming.
Oh,
just
yeah.
going nuts.
I got this going on good, guys.
Cut the power.
Is mine.
Cut the power.
This is mine.
You see a guy.
You guys can have Sleepy Joe. I'm taking this guy home with me.
The guy comes running out of the booth and comes to the edge of the pit and just pulls up a big copper wire and like uncouples it. And the bok immediately slows down, right?
This is when I'm like, oh, shoot, and just fall off.
Yeah. Oh, people rush to you, man. They rush to you. They pick you up. And the rest of the afternoon, into the evening of sneaky time is going to be drinks, life story. They don't see the skeleton. They only see Pylo, the amazing, the new Roebuck champion, and this week's, at least, rodeo champion legend, headed for the Longhorn Lounge. Somewhere in this afternoon, they actually present you with a badge. It's not a giant belt. We'd go broke. They give you badge and paperwork that you rode Buck and set a new record this season. Like a nat 20 counts as a crit. So you are like, people have gone further, longer, blah, 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 over the years or whatever, but no one has gone as long as you have this entire rodeo season. And you are the season's champion for Robot, the guy to beat. Well done.
Oh, my buddy Charwin still got to go.
Dude, I am going to give you a hero point for that. You had the balls to go down this thing at -1, and he buffs you to 0, and you pull a natural 20. That
is awesome. You get a hero point for that. That is ballsy. Meanwhile,
Like I said, it was meant to be.
it was meant to be. Yeah. They're all going, Pylo,
Like, hold on.
right?
No, I bet Charwin still got to ride his friend. I got my moment, but he's got to go. I want to see what he wants to do. This was his idea to begin with.
You'd have
I'm
to.
at full health, right?
Yeah. Andreas has got the other one little corner of the room going, Brie, because of Brie, Bry, whoever, the cheese. We love cheese. Damn it, I'll never get that right. So you leave them wanting more Pylo? You rocked out of there early and go across to the other side of the exhibition and go see your buddy?
I'm going to go watch him and cheer on my buddy, of course.
Okay. I wouldn't say everybody, but there's a small throng of people who think you're amazing and just follow you.
That's all right. They can all be my friends. I need more for my armor later.
Yeah.
I start talking to him about it. Just kind of like,
Yep.
You ever thought about being a skeleton? He looked at me and just thought, yeah, that's the epitome of what I want to do. You got to die to get here, but I can make that faster if you want. Or you can just wait till your life ends.
They're so elated with you, Tom Cruise. They like, Scientology, tell me more. Okay. But Charwin, you're at full hit points, are you not? I hope so.
Oh, yeah. I'm at full hit points.
Okay. Pylo shows up with Andreas and Toe and a little cheering section for you. And they sit up there, and Andreas makes his way over to you, a couple minutes before the, you're ready to ride. And they're prepping the bull. They only bring him out once a season. So, Andreas, you find Charwin, okay? He's surrounded by cowboys. And then it's like, these aren't rodeo guys. These are the old, fat, mustache, rich boss hoss guys with briefcases, and he's signing waivers. If you die, it's not our fault. You cannot sue us. Like, blah. This, got all this paperwork. He's got lawyers, and and you realize he's got like the owner of the bull is there, and the actual 3 gentlemen that own the exhibition and the rodeo and all this. And they've all met him. They all come down and they all want to shake his hand and meet him personally. And no one's rode this guy in a couple seasons. He's a little pent up. Sure you want to do this, but boy, you got. They're glad handing him. Like, officially, they're like, oh no, please don't. But they're like, yeah, boy, son, you got chops. Yeah, we like you. To have your sign here. That's right, Mr. Win, is it? Charwin. Do we know that
That's
name?
right. One word.
We know that name. The eldest is really quiet. He's just looking at Charwin like he knows him. The middle-aged guy is like, do we know that name, Pa? Son, have you ever heard Charwin? Is that how you spell? How do you spell that? And they're looking at it, and someone's kind of like tickling the back of their brain. Anyway, Andreas, you roll up, ready to give your guidance. Buddies, the cowboys, load them up, right? How many clowns are in a bull rodeo? Do you see 4, 5, a couple barrels, like to distract, that kind of thing, so the poor guy doesn't get trampled.
I don't know. Probably 2 to 4.
Standard rodeo is 2 to 4. Okay. You see the clowns out there, and they're, somebody's riding and blah, 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 and they're doing their job and they're distracting or whatever, right? Word quickly passes. People begin to notice the little, gathering of owners near the cage. Near the cage of Blackstorm. And it kind of steals a little bit of thunder from the last guy. Like, oh, he goes down, but the clowns come in and move him, type of thing. Word starts getting around, and the clowns leave the arena. They set up some barrels, but the clowns actually leave. You are on your own. Andreas, they got him up on top of this thing. He's on a saddle that's mechanical. It's metal. and it's going to lower down. You see the Velociraptor thing in Jurassic Park where they like just take the cow over and drop it into the leaves and the raptors go nuts, right? They got Charwin on. Oh yeah, they got Charwin on what looks like cavalier armor for a horse. You know, it's got the head shape. And it's got the armored like they're gonna lower this metal encasing, saddle and Charwin and all, onto the top of the cage. And when it gets halfway down, they stop and it shunts, right? And then they just bunch people back up, and with long poles, they unlock just the top, not the front, just the top of the cage. And this thing, with very heavy retention springs, creaks open like a gator jaw. It really wants to snap shut. They put a lot of tension and wind and crank just to keep this thing open like the natural state is released and slam shut. They creak this roof open like the big missile launch. 2 gates open up the top, and they begin. And immediately, there's one snort from the bull, like it realizes what's going to happen. The bull goes quiet and still. It wants out. It wants a rider. And they lower Charwin, and the announcer begins. Ladies and gentlemen, not seen for the past 3 seasons, we have a new competitor riding AlkenStar's champion. Notice they're calling the bull the champion, not bringing out a champion rider. The Death Wind, the Bullock's Bull, the Black Death, Black Storm, and the crowd just goes nuts. Today we have returning from retirement, has not ridden in 15 seasons, former 6-time seasonal champion, Char's the Wind. And everyone starts chanting. Like, first there's that, holy shit, Gretzky's back on the ice, really? And then they're just like, Char's Wind, Char's Wind, Char's Wind, right? And they just start stomping and going nuts, right? There's Charwin up there. He kind of hears the muffle of Charwin amongst Char's Wind or Charles Wind, whoever the fuck they thought he was. And he's waving, smile. Sees you, Andreas, smiles, Last chance, Andreas.
Yeah, we'll do so now while the crowd's distracted. Bri, please assure that he makes it through this.
And my friend, hand on him as well.
I know
that sounded like a death prayer.
I know. I know it's a cantrip, but like really, ... There's no through this alive in one piece, still able to walk. Not just make it through this. ... I know it's a cantrip, but geez, dude.
I'm gonna put on my hand on Charwin's foot and go, my friend, if I can be a champion, you can be one too. And I'm also gonna cast Sanctuary on him.
Okay,
which doesn't allow him to be attacked. So it might, if the bull tries to attack him or something, at least he gets a little protection.
Okay, so the bull has to make a willpower save to attack him, though, doesn't it? You can blow through it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What do I need?
For 1 minute. So
what do I need?
What's that?
What do I need to attack him?
If you're a bull?
I'm going to throw him off me immediately, so here comes the attack. I need to know how the spell works, because he's going to try and make that save, or will, or whatever I need. It's possible.
Okay,
I can blow through the spell with a DC of what?
It's a will save. It's a will save each time. If you fail, it lasts, and you... let me read the spell. You ward a creature with protective energy that deters enemy attacks. Creatures attempting to attack must attempt a will save each time. The target uses a hostile action, the spell ends. So that's if Charwin uses a hostile action. Success, the creature can attempt its attack and any other attacks against the target this turn. A failure, the creature can't attack the target and wastes the action. It can't attempt further attacks against the target this turn. And the critical failure is the creature wastes the action and can't attempt anything else, any other targets for the rest of Sanctuary's duration.
Okay. So, are you trying to cast this deceptively?
Well, I put my hand on him. Hey, buddy,
yeah, but like you're still casting a spell. Oh, no, you're not casting on the bull. You're casting on him.
I'm casting on Charwin.
Okay. Well, he's surrounded by owners and people that know their shit. And like I say, you're like there's some pretty big bigwigs that have seen every side of rodeo and every dupe and every, you know what I mean? So I'm going to roll some perception to see if they notice what you're doing. Nope. 6. Nat 20. 9. You know who got the nat 20? The old quiet guy. But you know what? No one's ridden this thing. And if that's Char's wind coming back, I think that's going to make me more money than stopping this and shutting it down and causing a freaking riot. So you're in luck, Pilo. But they know. You know what a casino does when they catch you cheating?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The second that bull hits the dirt, people come for you and they pull you out of there. Dreas, you see this. Security come and drag Pilo to a quiet little room, just like they do in casino. And they're going to have a little chat with him about cheating. And it's probably one of those things where it's like, we're going to see how this plays out. And we're going to break your... Wait a minute. He's nothing but bones. Oh, would that really hurt him like that? I don't know if it's going to hurt him, like kill him. I mean, there's nothing but bones. We just like... You know what I mean?
I'll try to follow him.
Okay.
I didn't know that it would be a spell because he's casting Bless on us as well, so I thought that would be with the prayer or something less. Okay, it's all good. Not. It's cool to go.
They drag you out of there, take you to a back room. They saw the cleric pray, figure he's also man or manager. They escort you. They don't touch you, but they escort you, Andreas. And the two of you find yourselves in a back room with a bunch of security. They lock you in a room, and you can hear on an old-timey radio, or in this case, brand new technology, a voice is coming out of a box with a giant megaphone and blah, 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 and you can hear the megaphone announcer. And it's like, you know, like at a horse track race, and you bet against the gangster a couple million, and everyone just waits to see who wins and who loses. And if you lose, the gangster will probably come downstairs and visit you personally and discuss your debt. You know, so you guys are left there, not alone, with a pile of security and can hear the megaphone, what's going on. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Charwin. Last thoughts, last words, last prayers?
This could be a great comeback or a great not comeback.
It's a great big misunderstanding. Can I have a perception? 2. Okay, you honestly believe they're chanting Charwin, not Charles Wind, or you know, it's all blended. Oh well, like they're nice people. Okay. So as I was saying, 6-time seasonal champion, returning after 15 years, Charles Wynn is riding the Black Death, Blackstorm. And this bull, they open that gate and it's not even open. Like they start pulling up the metal and this thing gets under it and bends the door to get out and throws it, like helps them throw it up into full garage door up position. Imagine like a bull in your garage door and it starts retracting slowly. The bull gets its horns under it and goes, here you go, and just whips its head up, ripples the bottom of the door and slams it into full up position, and boom, out we go. And this thing does not slowly gear up, Charwin. This thing, you hang on for the ride of your life. You are so jostled, so rattled around, spine damage, brain damage, but that's okay, because with the brain damage comes that slow motion high that you believe you're flying. As a matter of fact, roll athletics now. 21. Oh my God, he pulls it off. This bull is not bucking. It is jumping off the ground like 4 hooves leave the ground and move 10, 15 feet forward before the front hooves come down and then the back hooves, and then it bucks again. This thing is literally jumping around the ring. It's kicking so high, not 3, 4 feet like you see a regular bull. This thing comes 10 feet off the ground and you feel like you're flying. But no matter how much I buck, no matter how much I duck, no matter how much I'm pent up, maybe he's a little tired. I mean, I haven't been up for a couple seasons. The man that the audience believe is Charles Wynn
Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Charles Wynn, 7th time is the charm! Charming Charles! The wind! The wind! And people just start screaming, the wind! The wind! Right? This thing keeps going. They don't bring out clowns or whatever, right? He literally hangs on for like the whole kind of like 8 seconds, and now it's like, you need to get off this thing. You can let go, let it throw you.
Maybe when it's kind of up in the air, I can start to dive off.
Yeah, just try to get clear. Okay. Yeah. Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Athletics.
Okay. 12 is good. Okay, so you come forward, and unfortunately you don't get that enough where the front comes up and trips you the horns, and you hit the ground hard and roll and damage and blah, 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 6 points. Now you know what the armor's for. The armor is heavier than a man, that your weight is not what's registering in this mad thing's beast's brain. It keeps bucking and circling and going off, thinking it still has a rider, because the armor's twice as heavy as you. So it doesn't calm down. It just keeps bucking out and that type of thing. Anyway, now clowns come racing out, grab you, get you on your feet, and like run the hell back. And they have an actual druid come out. And this druid, you know, like those pole dancers that are in a cage, they lower the druid from the ceiling, and he doesn't come any further than 15 feet off the floor and begins casting with a big staff, doing his big Gandalf thing. And he just keeps wow, 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 wow at this thing for like a solid, 2 minutes. And slowly the bull tires until it gets to a point where it doesn't fall over asleep. It just decides that it is done and puts itself back in the cage. And then you see the druid slump over, exhausted, and another legend is born here, ready to take his place in rest at the Longhorn Lounge, and we will see you all next time. Oh yeah, quick, Spiegler, make a DC 20 check, see if you can stealth in the back.
Stealth?
Yeah.
$19.
Stealth for the back door?
Correct.
Would you like to spend your hero point? DC's 20. Hey, some got it and some just come a little close and not so much. Good night, everybody.